friends, welcome to Elevate LA. This is Anupriya Tirumurthy. The most viewed video in this channel is the video about car videos, and I thought I'd create a video where I'll be sharing 10 steps towards finding the right car. Oftentimes we walk into a store thinking we'd buy something, but later we end up buying something else impulsively and we finally regret that purchase. That is applicable when you walk into a store without knowing what exactly you want, and you would definitely regret the decision. But if you know what exactly you need and if you have a plan, it's applicable to any commodity that you buy, say it be car. If you have a plan, if you know your requirements, then you are going to end up buying what you need exactly, and you're going to find the right car for you. And I'm going to share the 10 steps that you need to follow to end up buying the right car so that you don't regret the purchase later. I'm also going to add a personal touch by the end of the video where I'll be sharing my top 5 car picks and also be sharing our test drive journey and also be sharing what we ended up buying. So let's go. There are plenty of car options available and each one has its own benefits and features, so it would be tough to decide on which one is right for you. I would say first step is to decide on the car type. There are several different car types available. The popular types are SUV, sedan, compacts and trucks. I also have a picture on the popular car types, and you could decide for yourself on which is the best car type for you. If that's too much options to consider, then you could consider a car by its size. So second step is to decide your car based on its size. Are you looking for a compact car, or are you looking for a mid-sized car, or are you looking for a full-sized car? So based on these 3 options, decide on the type of car that you need. Number 3 is, what is your purpose of your car? Are you looking for a car for commercial purposes to use it for your business, or are you looking a car for your personal use to use it for your family, or are you looking a car for racing purposes? Then you must choose car like sports car or exotic cars. Next comes the fuel. You might want to think about what fuel options do you prefer. Do you prefer gasoline, or do you prefer diesel, or do you prefer electric, or do you prefer something like hybrid option, which is a combination of electric and gas or electric and diesel. So decide on the type of fuel that you would require for your car. Number 5 is to decide on the seating capacity. Are you looking to have 2 people in your car? Then you must look like options like coupe. Or are you looking to have 4 to 5 people? Or are you looking to seat 5 to 7 people? Or are you looking to seat 7 or more people? Although I don't know if we seat 7 or more people if it's to be called a car. Number 6, you might want to decide on the purchase type. Are you going to buy a car, or are you going to lease a car, or are you going to rent a car? Each one has its own advantage over the other. For example, if you're going to lease a car, then you need only little to no money for your down payments, and your monthly installments are also going to be low. But in case you're going to buy a car, then you might want to have a little bit amount saved up for your down payments, and you might also end up having a higher monthly installment fee for your loans. And in case you are buying a car, the major advantage of it is you own the car, so you have all the flexibility towards the car. You can modify it according to your tastes and preferences, which you cannot do when you lease a car. Also, when you lease a car, you might have some mileage restrictions, but when you own a car, it's all yours. You can drive as far as you want and you don't have any mileage restrictions. Once you decide if you're going to buy a car or lease a car, in case you're going to buy a car, then I want you to think about if you're going to buy a new car or if you're going to buy a used car. In case you're going to buy a used car, there are several websites available like Carvana and TrueCar, which you can check them out. In case you're going to rent a car, then I would recommend checking out websites like Enterprise, Hertz, Avis that are popular here in the United States. Number 7, setting up your budget. Car loans in the US have a very low interest rate of 2 to 5% depending upon your credit score. It's often tempting to buy a really high, expensive or luxury car. But before you buy, listen to what NerdWallet's budgeting says. It is often recommended as a general rule of thumb that your car monthly payment shouldn't exceed 10% of your take-home pay. For example, if your take-home pay is $10,000, then they would recommend to buy a car that has a monthly payment of about $1,000. Number 8 is deciding on the model and brand that you're looking for. Nowadays, everything is available online. If you have followed all these steps, you would have a clear idea on what car type you need, what is the purpose you're going to use for, so that you can, now you know the requirements, you can go ahead and look up your favorite brands and your favorite models and see if that matches your requirement. And if it matches your requirement, shortlist them. Shortlist all of the options that you are interested in so that you can go ahead and test drive them. That brings me to my point number 9, test drive a car. Do not buy a car without test driving it. If you're going to test drive, get in and get out a car. If you're going to test drive a car, you're going to know how it makes you feel. It's going to tell you if the drive experience is smooth, are you liking it or not. Check out the cargo space, turn on and turn off the stereo. Once you turn on the stereo, you would experience how the entertainment system is. Are you liking that? And turn off the stereo so that you can check out the engine. How does that engine sound makes you feel? And also check out the suspension. Check out everything that you can in the car. Once you have test drive the car, take your time to click pictures so that you can reference them later. Also take your time to check out everything in the car. A good salesperson is going to respect your time that you look at the car and is going to focus on your drive experience. He's not going to be pushy. Once we had a salesperson who was really pushy. He was saying that if you don't buy the car today, I know for sure tomorrow morning there's a person coming and he or she is going to buy the car for sure, and his appointment was tomorrow morning. And we were given with the papers, we were about to sign, but even if you had that 1% reluctance towards buying that car, do not buy that car impulsively because it's a huge investment that you're making, so you don't want to take impulsive decisions. Go home, sleep over it, and if you feel that this is the car for you, then come again and buy. If not, if you don't feel that this is the car for you, then look out for other options. So do not buy things impulsively. That's going to make you regret later. That's the one tip I'd give you. Number 10, after sleeping over it and after test driving several times, once you know the right car for you and you're 100% in it, then that is the right choice for you. Then go ahead and make that purchase. Good luck buying your car. As I promised you guys earlier, I'm going to share my top 5 car picks. I want to put a quick little disclaimer before we get into that part because some of these cars might be your top favorites and some of them might not be, but this is basically based on only my tastes and preferences, based on my experience test driving these cars. My top 5 picks are Volvo XC60, Benz GLE, Range Rover Velar, Porsche Macan, and Tesla Model Y. The first one, the Volvo XC60, it is definitely a gigantic car. I was only doubtful if I would be able to even drive such a huge car, but it was amazing, it was stylish, the interior was so pretty. I fell in love with the color, and when we test drive the car, the experience was really amazing. The drive experience was great, the suspension was great, and they also had advanced features like the augmented reality, like the heads-up display, which was nice to have. But if I have to say only con, I would say that I didn't love the entertainment unit or the UI, which I felt like for a luxury car, it wasn't up to the par. Moving to the next one, the Benz GLE. It definitely was pretty gigantic, and the exteriors and interiors were so rich. They even had lights in it. We test drive the beige color GLE in the interiors, and it looks so amazing with those pretty lights in the interiors. It was so rich. It was such a luxury car to have. We fell in love with the car as soon as we saw it. If you ask about the drive experience, definitely the drive experience was great, the suspension was great, we loved everything about the car, the UI definitely was amazing. I have all go for GLE. Next, moving to Range Rover Velar. It was definitely another great car to look at. It was stylish, it had pretty exteriors and interiors as well. The UI was too impressive, I would say. Even the door handles, they were so stylish, and we fell in love with it as soon as we saw it. When we test drive the car, the only thing that we didn't enjoy was the drive experience. The acceleration wasn't smooth as we expected, so that's the only con that I saw in this car. Apart from that, look-wise, appearance, everything is really great about the Range Rover. Next, moving on to Porsche Macan. We saw two models, the Porsche Macan and the Porsche Cayenne. Cayenne was a bit out of our budget, so we were looking only at Macan. Macan was like a compact SUV. It looked little small, and I didn't like that being small. I also didn't like that they had too many controls. If you look at the entertainment system, you would find too many controls in it, and I didn't like that. The thing that I liked about it is it's definitely stylish. If you enjoy sports car, then you would fall in love with it. When we test drive the car, I did not enjoy the drive experience, especially if you're a barefoot driver, then you might find the acceleration to be a little tight and you wouldn't enjoy that. But suspension was really great and amazing. Everything else was good about the car, but I just felt like it wasn't our type of car. Next, moving on to Tesla. It's definitely a go green car, an electric car, and it was definitely stylish, so amazing. The looks and the design was really amazing and pretty. We love the UI and we love the exteriors and the interiors. It's definitely a great car to have. We were checking out the Tesla Model Y, and the drive experience was so smooth. We even turned off the entertainment unit and tested the engine sound. The engine sound was almost null. It would never feel like you are driving a car. It would be so silent. And I also enjoyed the cargo space is also really huge. You can even keep things in the front. The only thing that I didn't enjoy about the Tesla Model Y was its suspension. Compared to the other cars that we saw, the suspension was a little low. We could feel the bumps when you leave it in a hole in the road. So that was the only drawback that I saw. But apart from that, they had advanced features, and their self-driving was really great add-on. Overall, it's definitely a great car to have. Now, we had 5 options and we had to pick our top one before we make our right purchase. So this is the sheet that I created on rating them based on several features, and then we decided on the car that both of us enjoyed the most, and the car made much more sense to us. Tesla scored high in all of them, and I would say it's just our personal preferences. You might not like a Tesla, but it's just our taste and preferences. So you can create a sheet like this for yourself to find the right car for you. Before I end this video, I want to share a few other reasons on why we ended up buying Tesla, especially thinking about the current gas price hike. I feel that we have made a right decision of going electric rather than buying a car, because I feel that we have saved a lot. Especially going electric nowadays, everybody wants to go electric because they don't want to pay so much for the gas price hike. The other reason that I always think that car is not a good investment. Car is definitely a liability and not an asset. So once you take the car out of the showroom, your car's value is going to depreciate a lot. But with Tesla, when we ordered and the time we ordered and now, Tesla has increased its price for about like $5,000 to $10,000 above what we purchased. So I don't even feel like it's a depreciating asset. It's just appreciating its price. But it's just a conversation that I wanted to share. I feel that we have made the right decision, and I wish them good luck for you guys as well to make the right decision, to select the right car for you, and have a good time driving. Bye. See you in the next video. Hey, before you leave, if you did get something out of this video, don't forget to like us and subscribe. See you soon.